Okay, this is an update for the Life plugin after day 2. And I'm doing this only because at first I was like, it's cool concepts, cool thing, but it seemed like just kind of a plugin that I would use for a little bit and then probably dismiss it. But I feel differently after today, finding a few more things in it that kind of makes it more valuable. Now, I will say this, I still don't think 149 is the price for me. But at the intro price at 109, I think it's really a good deal. Obviously, I would love, who wouldn't want something to get cheaper? But just because something is cheap doesn't mean you're necessarily going to use it. So what I found out was that I kind of knew, but I wasn't really messing with, is these beat short lists can be saved. So let's say you're on one, right? You're on one here and you committed to it. You can press this one now and save up to 6 slots. And in those 6 slots, you can, by the way, I'm using the browse here to find the ones I like that they made. You can randomize them yourself. You can even adjust the sound variation, the density, etc., and make new ones. So let's say you've committed to, let's just pick one here. Let's say I'm going to play one for you. I gotta turn it back on. So here's one that you committed to, and you've moved some stuff around. Maybe you like that, right? And you committed to it. Whatever, I'm just making some up, right? All right, so what you can do with this one is you can go up here to this little spot right here, click this, and the options are endless. The first thing you have to do, I'm gonna stop this, try to stop this. So mind you, I'm playing it inside of here by itself initially. By the way, you can add in parts to it yourself. So if you kind of like that, but you want to test another part, you can add a part to it. Which is cool. But let's say you do like what you got. You like, all right, this one I'm committed to. Well, you can lock the settings in. Obviously, you can see locks that you can lock in settings. But let's just say you just want to get this thing to the DAW. You do too much, you start losing inspiration, right? So you click this button here. This is your export. Now you need to have a folder set up. It won't let you start doing this if you don't have at least a folder set up where you're going to save them. And I would suggest, if you committed to one, that you probably save it, but you don't have to in theory, because technically you could put it inside of Ableton and just go ahead and save it in Ableton or whatever DAW you're in. You could save it in there. But if you want to go back to them and view the parts that you did, it's nice if you have a folder set up. Okay. So you see these little arrows. Let me zoom in a little bit closer. Okay, you can see some arrows over these. Here's your stems. So you have the stems that you can render for each part. If you really want to get that detail, you can do all of them processed at one time, which is good. Or you could do like what I'm doing is just doing the beat. I just want the beat. You can even do the beat as a MIDI. You can do the raw sources, the slices by themselves. I like this beat as a wave. This is just the wave. And what's cool is, I'm gonna pick, let me see what this one is. All right, so you hear that one. If you grab here, say render, and then grab the arrow here, you can drag them and just literally drop them into place. So what I did was I took one that I liked and I made 2 different renderings of it, 2 different beats. They're very similar. They're using the same stuff, but I changed like the sound variation. I changed the density a little bit just to give them a slight variation in it. And then I'm gonna close that out, and now I'm gonna mute it. You can see them right here. Then I went into the WAV file, right? Adjusted the volume even more to where I like it. And then I just added some Valhalla on my drum rack here. I have a little, well, the XLN Audio 2 is running with a little saturation and mono and a little sample delay. But then I also put the Valhalla Vintage Verb, which I use the drum air preset probably the most at about 10%. I use it on all the drums and percussion. And so if you see that going there. So now check it out. This is what it sounds like. And I lowered it about 6 dB over here too. So check it out when I play it. This is what it sounds like. Let me turn this up so you can hear it. And it switches on this next part, like, but it's the same sound, right? Now I'm gonna play it. So you see. So it's a little ear candy. Perfect ear candy. It's like percussion. I think this thing is like a percussion genius. If you get bored with maybe some percussion loops that you downloaded. Now, here's where I would see splice loops coming in handy, where maybe you would take them and run them through this machine and get some different rhythm patterns or different pieces. This is a sample that you're listening to from a record. I literally recorded off the record into Ableton and then took that record segment. It was probably like 4 bars and then threw it into Life. And it came up with this. And it sounds incredible to me. And then I tweaked it even further to process it to make it even more of a my own thing. And then this track was already built, so I just added in to see if it would even fit, and it worked. I mean, it works to me. See how it sits in the back? I don't want it all extra loud, because then it would get old. So I'm just saying, that's impressive. You could do a lot with that. And that's just me messing with a record, just throwing it in there. So you could throw anything in there. You can take a splice loop. You can take some random noise outside, record it in your phone, and then bring it into your computer and finish. And it's incredible. Plus, if you're saying, well, yeah, but it's kind of making it for me and I'd rather do it myself, well, that's fine too, because you can still get all the samples. So the slices, so keep evaluating. Let me get out here. So you have access to all these slices that are in the loop, right? If you want to hear the loop with nothing, put it here. But this is all there, all your slice points. And you can move the slice points and edit them. So you see right here, you can edit stuff and really get highly engaged in it. This is really detailed here if you want to edit. I'm not going to probably do that right now, but for starting out purposes to kind of get going for inspiration, this is huge. Because I don't like to hear the same old loops that people play all over and over and over. So this is kind of something that is, for me, can get you out of that funk and kind of give you something. So even if I take like a regular loop that I make, a part that I make that I'm like, oh, this is cool, I could take that and like some keys or something, and then I could resample it and throw it in here, come up with a rhythm off of the keys, and then play the keys with that rhythm going in, syncopated in it. I mean, the ability to do is endless. So is it worth the intro price? For sure. The 109 is worth it. I have to say that. I have to eat my words on that, because I said it probably wasn't worth it, but it's worth the intro price. Now, 150, I'd say it's worth 150, but I say I still wouldn't buy it until I saw it on sale, right? 109, good price. Get it if you can get it right now. If you can't, I'm not buying it until I see it at least on sale, where then it's worth it. But yeah, incredible plug-in, XLN Audio. I got to give you credit for that. At first I thought it was a joke. Like, I was like, really? But it's not a joke. This is good stuff. All right, so that's my spiel on the XLN Audio Life. I'm gonna leave it at that and just say it's definitely worth it.